Sino?
Sunday.
Okay, got it right.
Someday.
It's hump day. It is. Everything else is downhill from here. And downhill doesn't necessarily need to be a bad thing. It's already the 8th of July. And we're already a quarter way through the month, more or less, something like that. Almost a quarter way through the month. So, welcome to the Situation Room this morning. Top of the morning to you, EVE and Skitty. She's waved with 2 hands.
Right.
I'm telling you, there's nice things happening. And Marion. Yeah, even with 2 hands. So now those are 4 hand waves. I don't know what Evelyn is using to wave, but it's okay. There's a guy who's teaching me how to greet people if you are in Kilifi County. His name is Jimmy Mambo. Vidze. Exactly. I'm learning. I'm telling you, give me another 2 years. I'll then be able to master some of Kenya's languages. Okay. Jolene is feeling cold as usual. You know how you just work with people over some time, then you just get to kind of know how they are and who they are. True. Yeah, I think we're getting into that place right now. So, at 6:15, very good morning to everybody. Thank you and karibu sana. Now that we have done house business and greeted everybody and made sure that everybody is bright, shiny, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, let's get into Wednesday. People are feeling cold. In fact, Evelyn is angry at the cold. Dennis is not sure. He needs to find a fire somewhere.
It's cold.
Or a beach somewhere. Me? I'm in the prime of life. I'm enjoying this weather. I wouldn't lie. If there were activities that would go with the weather, sign me up right now.
Rahim Tula. Show us your ways.
Sensei. So, now that it's Wednesday, let me tell you what we'll be talking about today.
Yes.
I know Mutanu's about to shout at me because I've not done like that. Just give me a minute as I try to multitask. All right. So our conversations today will be of an interesting nature, but are necessary as usual for us to have. Let me just say good morning to our audience on KTN this morning, Karibu Sana, and everybody who's tuned into the Situation Room on terrestrial radio around the country and tuned in around the region and the world. Welcome and thank you for joining us this morning. As we get into some things that we must do today, we're very glad that you have joined us. Saba Saba, we start off at 7:00, and we're going to be having a conversation around Game Plan 2027. Are there cracks in the opposition? It's interesting because people who may have sat on the sidelines before, or people who are throwing their hats into the race, will be part of the conversation today. Just a little bit of something here and there. Tony Gashoka is the KANU spokesperson. He'll join us at 7:00 for that conversation. At 8 a.m., Professor Gitile Naituli will join us as a former NCIC commissioner. And I will say that the present chairman of the NCIC, Bishop Omai, was supposed to join us as well for us to have the conversation, but he will not be able to do that today. We will have the conversation anyway in their absence. It's necessary for us to look at the things when we talk about regionalism and uniting the nation, political rhetoric or tribal politics. We're going to talk about it because it's fast seeping into the conversations that we are having, and we will keep it front and center no matter what. We'll wrap up our conversation today at 9:00 with Wycliffe Alut-Talala, who is the chairman of the Africa Tech Workers Movement, and Freedom Mwangi, who's the national chairperson of the Kenya Union of Gig Workers. Now, shielding big tech from accountability. Did you know that there's certain provisions under the Business Laws Amendment Bill 2026 whereby even if you are being mistreated, you cannot sue big tech. You cannot take them to court or hold them accountable. Ticks you off just a little bit? Yes. We're going to be having that conversation at 9:00. So let's look into the intrigues of it and what exactly it means and how it affects you and me. Sawa, that's what we'll be talking about today as we get into it proper. Kabisa. So thank you for being here, everybody. And let's get into the conversation today. And as we do that, tell us, sir, what our proverb is today from Liberia.
The proverb: the one who climbs a good tree deserves a push. The one who climbs a good tree deserves a push. If you're doing a good thing, you need to be encouraged to keep doing it.
Right.
If you are doing bad things, climbing a bad tree, you need to be discouraged. Yes. If you have been told to pay someone 106 million shillings and you don't pay, we look for you. We put you in jail. Capish?
Capish. Okay, I think I've kind of okay. So you can't just, if you're doing a good thing, you can get the encouragement to continue doing that thing, right? And so that you shouldn't, if you're doing a bad thing, then we can just leave you alone. But a push in this sense is like encouragement, as in we keep you going.
Keep on doing a good thing, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I can see that. I can see that for sure.
Usipofanya tuko kwa streets.
Oh, na link to hakuna shida. We see exactly what you're doing. But no problem. Yeah. It actually does make sense.
True.
It does make sense. Okay. So then we want to say hello to you this morning, and that's an interesting proverb for real. I want to say hello to you this morning. Tell us where it is that you tuned in from. Indeed, our live streams are up on YouTube, on Facebook, and on X this morning. Lovely to always have you in the room. So tell us where it is that you tuned in from, and let's say hello to you this morning as we get into it. Saba Saba. All right, so let me just get into saying hi to you. Always lovely to have you here, and I like it that there are people who say hi that have not been in the room before, or at least who have not made a comment, and it's just nice to then be able to connect with you. Good morning from Mombasa, says Robert Mbogo. Good morning to you. Kiarie Peter tuned in this morning from Mombasa. A man thrives where he's celebrated, not where he's tolerated. It's kind of connecting to the proverb that you've given this morning, is it not?
Exactly.
Yes, I can see that. Where you're as in, it's somebody who will celebrate you, and you can say, actually, yes, I can keep going just because of that encouragement. Exactly. And it's always definitely a good thing to then be able to experience. Yeah, so good one, Kiarie, and thank you for that. And a very good morning to you, as always, for joining us in the room every day. All right. James says, hello, great team. You came in as Spice and now have become the main course. How about that?
Yeah.
When the annals of champions of civic education are written, you people will have a special mention. James, thank you very much. And thank you for tuning in and just being part of the conversation, not just tuning in, but being part of this. Bwangi Juma says, good morning, SpiceFM. How are you all this blessed Wednesday? It's indeed disheartening to kill a person whose mistake is falling from a moving vehicle. Kumbe, that 1,000 won't buy you food for 2 days. Nope, it won't. It won't. Isakale says, good morning, Ndu, and I said to the usual suspects, may your coffee be stronger than the headlines. Amen. And may your blood pressure remain gloriously unacquainted with the news cycle. Stay hopeful. Well, we'll do it. We'll try. G. Kenyan says, good morning from Nairobi. Bernardo Gamba says, morning, big team. Yesterday, Saba Saba guest in your show was ill-chosen. Sorry, Bas. Too young then, no reform credentials, while many with authentic history will still exist. Okay. Which one specifically? Specify. G. Kenyan says, if William Ruto tells you today is Sunday and the calendar agrees with him, check again. He might be showing you last year's calendar. Yikes. Stephen Juma says, good morning, great team. I'm in from Muhoroni. Listening to you is a must every morning. Good day. Asante Sana. And a very good morning to you. Henry Accepted says, good morning, Spice family. Leteni Nani kwa hiyo hot seat. Yule jama Nani. Say it with your full chest. Say it. Nani.
Yeah, I'm scared.
Bashari Anjero says, good morning, Team Spice. All shall be well. Despite what you are going through now, there is no permanent problem. Absolutely. From Portland, Oregon, with love. Asante. Alex Gyoko says, good morning, Team Spice. Kitale is tuned in. Maya Angela once said, people will forget what you said. They will forget what you did, but they will never forget how you made them feel. That is true.
True.
Jennifer Atenya, very good morning to you. She says, Ndu, good morning. Good morning to Dennis and Spice. Family, looking forward to an engaging conversation. Let's get into it. Kimiak, good morning. Enjoying my morning run, tuned in kama kawaida, countdown 398 days to the butcher's massive fall. Wow. Where? You fall because nothing good will come out of the Kenya Kwanzaa administration. Kimiak, good morning.
Good morning.
Christina A says, good morning. You've said a lot this morning. Now, appenda, cause hapa, hakungacha. Let me read.
Hakuna cha. Those are your words, not
Hakuna
Spice.
cha. Okay, because there was a G there. Okay. Those are your words and not Spice words. You always allow the guests to speak their mind and even dig in for more. You call a spade a spade. Thank you very much, Christina. We'll continue to do it every day. It's Kenny says, good morning, team. Tuned in, Team Spice, tuning in from Kiambu. There is no better way to commemorate our fallen heroes than preserving the lives already existing. Yesterday was a success, if you ask me. Good day. And to you too. Eric O'War says, good morning, guys. Good morning to you. Gekota is tuned in and says, good morning, my good people. Princess Ndu, Dennis, and EVE. So the police spokesman says he doesn't think that He doesn't think there is Saba Saba, and then goes on to barricade the city. Just watching from Miami, Florida. Yeah. Yeah, it's an oxymoron, isn't it? That's it. John Morathi says, Leo nimeingia huku on time. Good morning, people, and a very good morning to you. Chukunzira says, good morning. Luce in Qatar is where you're tuned in from this morning. Blessed day ahead, everybody. Mtuflani, good morning. Sir Sharap, uliona Princess Undu going viral yesterday for roasting a fellow on the hot seat yesterday.
Yes.
Yani. I'm sitting
Ule
down. Yeah, kitu kama hiyo. Jama alichomeka kama maka. Osana Mark says, good morning, Spice family. I'm watching you from Amerikwai, in Busia County. That's interesting. Never heard of that. Mutuflani nakuona. I'm just going back to Mutuflani. Nakuona. Huku hakuna baridi. Kujeni tuishi huku. Joylin, umesikia kuna mali huko Busia that doesn't have cold. Dennis, you guys.
Amerikwai.
Dennis, EVE, all of you people who feel cold like problems. There's a place where there's Amerikwai. There's no cold. Stanley Gasha says, good morning, tuned in. TSR is, you're tuned in from Juja. All roads lead to Chaka Ranch for the Great Kenya Meat Conference. Just carry a pen, notebook, and kafagara. What is that? Kafagara. I could be saying it wrong. After all, I said mwecheche.
Unga. Hiyo ni unga ya ugali ama unga bosima.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. That's where we are. Kenya Meat Conference. So people are going to eat meat or look at meat. Look at meat in its moving form. To discuss meat.
More about meat.
Tukule nyama choma. Okay. There better be nyama choma.
Yeah, we're going to discuss about the export market that never was.
Then eat the meat. No?
So processing facilities, value addition perhaps.
So there's no eating meat in this conference?
There could be one or two.
Why go for a meat conference if you don't eat the meat? I'm not going. If there's no nyama choma. I've seen you even with my eyes closed. Daniel Churu says, Guten Morgen, blessed crew. All Kalau by-election is being used as a litmus test to see if given enough goodies and propaganda, if people can still be swayed into making the wrong decisions again. I'm telling you, boss, the things that have landed on All Kalau over the last couple of days. Hey? Gas.
I saw that boat and I was like, okay, sour.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
This now we've remembered there's a place called All Kalau.
Yes.
In the Nene.
They require boats, they require affordable gases, mattresses. What else? Yeah. Now is when they require them. Like 2022.
What do you mean now? Last week they didn't require them. Yeah. In January they didn't need those things. But now, just 8 days to a by-election is when you realize that they require them. Come on. Anyway, you guys are happy with it like that? Nabado.
Waliambiwa 4 billion shillings for a presidential candidate. Okay.
4.4 billion.
Yeah.
Don't spend above that.
Yeah.
But the campaign season has not begun. This is just empowerment. See, campaigning.
We just meet the people tour.
And your mother train you when you go to somebody's house, you don't go empty-handed.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's what we're doing. Everybody should just relax. Patrick on the X says, good morning, tuned in. You said reject Keumbu market. Why are we rejecting the market again? I know.
There's a guy who died there.
Yeah, he died.
So it's sad.
It's very sad.
I usually shop there as I go to Migori, coming back to Nairobi as well. So,
you know it. Ouch. Wanda says, good morning, Ndu and Aseto from Toronto. Aseto, I love the sweater. That is what you call a cable knit sweater. That one. Yes. Cable knit. It's beautiful.
Asante.
And it's one of those, neutral colors. Well done. And it goes against your skin tone.
Hey.
Once
you go black, never go back. Anyway.
Where? Happy hump day, says Wanda. May we all get over it well. Amen. David Kaindi says, good morning, tuning in from Nairobi. A reminder that resilience beats it all. Yes, it does. Yeah. Nancy Abura says, good morning, Team Spice. Listening from Mirema nawapenda sana. Tunakupenda pia, my sister. Eric Nganga is tuned in this morning. All Kalau handouts just shows you how desperate the government is to win back the votes from Lima. Well, it shows something, that's for sure.
What are we doing with that desperation? What kind of decisions, what advantage are we taking, knowing that they're desperate?
Let's see what happens.
Let's see.
But the fact that there has to be an outright brazen handing out kind of thing, it is not because you suddenly love the people of All Kalau or you've decided that All Kalau. You want something from them. And if you can't see it as the person who's on the receiving end of it, then okay, I don't know. I don't know. What?
Nick Bala is saying something.
Wait, so we'll get to Nick Bala in just a minute. We see, okay, Nick Bala. Morning, yesterday, Ndu said sugarcane is a grass. No, sugarcane is a fruit. Actually, my friend, sugarcane is in the grass family.
True.
I put it to you.
Put you to task.
That you go and do a little research.
You submit.
I submit to you, sir, Your Honor, sir, that sugarcane is not a fruit.
It's a grass.
It is actually a grass species. Just because it is sweet when you squeeze it or chew it does not make it a fruit. Sawa sawa. Please go and check that research. But Nick Bala, we say good morning to you. Paul Olaka says, good morning, another great day. Good morning to you. Sarah Habat, good morning. Ndu baby. Yes. Jaber, how are you doing? Dennis, Ichieu.
Yes. Maber. Ato ejibu tu hivyo. Sema tu maber.
Maber.
Yes.
Are you sure? Okay, so Nico Salama Kabisa. Tibbs Muge says, good morning, SpiceFM. This World Cup has been an effective distraction from the what's happening. Because what?
Yeah.
Egypt scored 2 goals and we were like, okay, Egypt, I see you. I see what you're doing.
And then
Argentina came and said, there's a reason why the guy
there is a man
called the GOAT plays here. And it ended 3-2. And I went to bed and I said, okay.
So
no
the guy
problem.
said, you know what? You gave me a penalty. I'll just waste it. But I'll still come back
and win this match. Meanwhile, Kylian Mbappe is who he says he is.
Yeah.
Because he said, excuse me, you want to step to me with your racist bigotry? Let me tell you, madam. Shut up. And then Emmanuel Macron said, Kylian Mbappe has scored again. This time not in the net, but we back you. Paraguay comes and says, we don't support this woman in what she's saying. We are supporting you. The United Human Rights, what are they called? Said, no, we don't accept this kind of thing. Did you know that in France, it's actually criminal to take a racist stance? It's a criminal offense. Kylian Mbappe said, you want to step to me? I'll show you. And is he just not doing that?
And I'll show.
And I'm sure, Nabado. Kaende. You brought it. Let's see if you can take it, sister.
Yep.
Vintage Oak says, good morning to all. Set for the show, Kabisa. Isakali says, Mtuflani, I saw our princess as well. She's blessed and she has an army behind her. Ameno. I like it. Good morning. Abdi Razik says, Abdi Rizakali, good morning, I beg your pardon, says good morning and a good morning to you. Keegan Cheritich says, good morning from Sydney, Australia. Only thing I thank this regime for is making me tune in and watch Kenyan news from 12,000 kilometers away. Fantastic. Good morning. Sarah Rabat, are you ready for this, Mr. Seto?
Yeah.
Dennis, that sweater speaks in capital block white letters. I'm a sweater girl. Oh, Wada, you are smart. She has even spoken in French.
Son.
She has spoken in French. Daniel says we should bring Gashago for 2 hours, please. I can imagine the tantrum we'll see from the house on the hill. Where?
Let's invite him.
It's the boss. It's the boss.
Evelyn.
You have a missed call.
2 hours. With Riggy.
They are the ones who have said that's what they want. Good morning, everybody. Karibu, thank you for joining us in the room today. Let's get into it again and let's talk about these things. Let's refuse to take mediocrity as sugar in our tea or coffee. Refuse it. Let's ask and push for the best, excellence at all times. Let's try and do it. Let's demand of it. It doesn't matter where you sit. That if you find yourself in a pit, chances are you took the wrong route.
Yes.
There's an opportunity to take the right route. Even through our conversations, our thoughts, our actions. That's why we talk the way we do in the Situation Room every day. Thank you for joining us. Let's get into those conversations. But we want to look at what's in the headlines today. This one you want to hear. Do you have your drink in hand? Perhaps the libation of choice this morning is just coffee. Mtuflani might say something totally different.
Yeah.
We'll take a look at what's in the skies and what's on the ground before we look at what's in the headlines. Let's look into the headlines this morning and let's see what is on the front page of Kenya's bold newspaper, The Standard. Surrender or else. What you gonna do when they come for bad boys? What you gonna do? That's the big picture today. And if you're wondering who that is the Nairobi County Finance CEC. For nearly 2 months, suspended Nairobi Finance Executive Charles Kerich has sought to outrun a prison sentence. On Monday, the High Court shut the door on his latest bid, ordering him to report to Nairobi Remand Prison to begin serving a 3-month jail term for contempt in a bitter 106 million shilling legal fees battle. Surrender or be arrested, the judge warned, adding that Kerich will be treated as a fugitive if he fails to comply. Have you understand how the language now has shifted? Before, it was, come and tell us what's going on. You refuse to come. So now we've said, you know what? The judgment remains. So when you come, you will proceed to start your sojourn at the Nairobi Remand Prison. Should you fail to do that, we will arrest you and have you serve it. Now, so the language has actually shifted.
Yep.
A couple of weeks ago, it was come, present yourself to court, let us have, because you've been held in contempt because you didn't.
Let's hear you.
Mm-hmm. Now that you have been giving us long stories, you have sat remotely, you've attended virtual court, whatever the case may be, and whatever you said as the reason why you could not present yourself, the judge looked at you and said, the hog to the wash. So, come. And when you come, do not collect 200. Do not just go to jail. Have you played Monopoly? There's that guy for locked in jail state. That's what we are saying. For 3 months, and then now you cool your heels there, and then you can think about your life and whether it is that in the event that in the future you will be called to do 1, 2, 3, and you choose to do or not do it, that this could be actually your residence for the next foreseeable future. Do you understand?
I understand. My question is, who do some people think they really are? Because the law has spoken, the judiciary has pronounced itself on the matter. At the end of the day, all you need to do is show up, let the court hear you, present your evidence, or explain to the court why you didn't show up, or you didn't pay the amount you're being told. You choose not to.
You were in Nairobi. Do you understand? You were in Nairobi when this was happening.
Yes.
When the court said, pay these guys, you were in Nairobi. Now, for whatever reason, you chose not to pay them, even after the court pronounced itself on what you must do.
Yeah.
You entered, you went to your house, you opened the door, you packed suitcase, you came out of your house, you locked the door, you entered car, or is it Uber? I don't know. You now did, you went to airport. Abi, does aeroplane pick people from their house nowadays? Mbano. You entered, you climbed plane did, you entered, you came down in Dubai. You now finished your business in Dubai. You still now went to your hotel, packed your bag, entered plane, climbed plane, flew again to America. Entered car. Car took you to airport. You entered airport, climbed plane again, went to America. Then you now reach America. You said, I'm sick. Okay. Judge said, it's me. You look at me and said, I'm not normal. I'm mad. I don't understand.
I don't understand.
Now said you are sick.
But even then, there are the statements that apparently are being made. I am untouchable. We will not pay. There is nowhere you will take me. Now the court has spoken. And you
I will take you.
You are a guest.
Yeah. Let me show you where I'll take you.
Exactly.
Now, if only the court was like this across board, do you know what? If it was clear the position the court took, people will not play around with them like this. You understand? Right. So it will be interesting to see what will happen when he decides to climb plane and come back to Kenya. They have said that do not collect 200 and pass go. Come and go to Nairobi remand. Just, in fact, leave your bag at the gate. That's the court has said. Now, don't irritate me because I'll show you.
The most beautiful thing is when you have a visa for a certain country, it's for a limited period of time, right?
You must come back.
At the end of the day, you must come back. And when you come back, then we shall deal with you.
That's not the only headline on Standard.
Yes, let's continue.
Saba Saba, police perfect brutality is what the headline says. Police bosses claim operation prevented violence, but observers say it effectively locked down the country. Did it not just that yesterday felt like a public holiday? I did not know that children did not go to school. I just heard my doorbell ringing and somebody came to look for my son. And I said, what's wrong with you? That is in the afternoon where people should be in school. Around 2, 3.
Yeah.
Why are you not in school? The boy looked at me and said, Saba Saba.
Saba Saba
The expectation is that it's a public holiday. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So what have you done where you don't allow people to move when you're trying to inhibit a situation whereby protests or marches or whatever will take place? Is that you essentially instill something in people's minds where they say, hey, we're not moving. Even EVE had disappeared like the morning mist at noon at some point. People knew it was a holiday.
Yeah.
So is it counterproductive where you say things are going to go on as normal, but then you set up roadblocks around different parts of the country, so then people are not allowed to pass or go to work?
True.
So then, it's weird to me.
Someone asked me the question yesterday. So who was protesting yesterday? Who was on Maandamano yesterday? Was it Kenyans or was it the security agencies?
It's true.
Because what exactly did they achieve yesterday?
Yeah.
What exactly did they achieve yesterday? Even the individuals they were arresting yesterday, because they did what exactly? You block people from going to their places of work. Why?
People couldn't move freely, and then we were just kind of anxious, like what's going to happen? What's going to happen next?
Yeah. If you heard everybody who was speaking yesterday was saying, it is the police who are spreading fear among citizens.
Yeah, it's the thing is that whether they want, this is on order. When you talk about command order, there was somebody who said, shut the thing down, don't allow people.
Exactly.
You have to ask that. So it's very interesting that Kamkunji grounds were the historic grounds for the first Saba Saba movement. That day where people wanted to meet to talk about multipartyism and, a move or a shift in democracy, that it was at Kamkunji grounds that they met the first time.
Yes.
And it was seen as an illegal meeting. And there was bloodshed and that there were people that were beaten, taken, whatever the case may be. And so that's how Kamkunji became historic. Just reading through that yesterday and just looking into the details of how that happened, and then that almost every Saba Saba since then, that it was at Kamkunji grounds that the commemoration of that day then was done. Yesterday, our reporter Francis Ontomwa was at Kamkunji, and you know what is there? Turf.
Beautiful turf.
Sports grounds, beautiful grass. It's maybe commemorative site, but normally people would have met here and commemorated the day, but now it's been changed into a sports ground. From Saba Saba venue to sports ground. That is what Kamkunji is right now. All right.
Is this the place where at some point Sonko said they smeared it with...
Not Sonko said. Sonko sent his boys. To do that.
To do that thing, yeah?
Yes. Same place. Okay. Because at that time, Raila Odinga and his brigade, group were going to meet at Kamkunji. Big test for Ruto's funding model amid record intake, rising debt. This is also a story that we look at today on page 4 of the Standard. And there's that story. High Court orders Kerichi to give himself up, go straight to prison for 3 months. Apparently, he visited a hospital on the 16th of June. And he was given paracetamol to treat a headache.
Okay.
On the 16th of June. What's today's date? 8th of July. Crazy headache. Anyway, 3 seek orders to kick out head of public service Koske. Who are the 3? The 3 petitioners have moved to court seeking to have the head of public service Felix Koske declared unfit to hold public office. Shadrach Kimeli, Elisha Kiprop, and Stephen Siringewo, in a case filed at the High Court in Kapsabet on Monday, accused the Chief of Staff of abusing his powers and office by engaging in the 2027 political campaigns.
They're right.
They're right. Actually, if you're going to follow the Constitution,
they're right.
We're not even talking about political affiliation. If you're going to follow the Constitution and the law of the land, they're right.
Yeah. And many others still actually live.
Yes. Yeah. If based on that. Ruto Party deploys Mbere North script at all Kalau polls. That's going on. Kenya and Saudi Arabia sign a deal to curb abuse of workers. Really? Well, it's about damn time. And I hope that it's actually followed. Excuse me. I have used harsh words this morning, but I think too many a Kenyan have shown up beaten, tortured, and or in a box over this thing. And it has been this country where it has been the most in terms of occurrences, where people go, young girls. I told you about how taking my mum back to the airport at 3 a.m, and you see a line of girls and the person who brings them to the airport just drops them at the gate and doesn't look back.
Yep.
You don't know what their fate is going to be. You don't know what they're going to go and meet. Now, coming in from Saudi and the people the stories that we've heard of what has happened to them, you don't play. A country like the Philippines, they know.
Yeah.
There are people who go and most of the au pairs that we hear are in the Middle East are from the Philippines.
Yeah, true.
But the country knows where there are people they're doing. That they've signed a deal to curb the abuse. It's about time.
You see, it's a deal between governments. My concern is, do the people hiring Kenyans there understand this deal? Do they know what they are required to do? Because here you'd find Kenyans are raising concern. Kenyans are aware of what is happening in Saudi Arabia, right? But is the population that require these services understand what it is they ought to do and even what this deal means to them? Because if this message does not get to them, then perhaps we're doing nothing. Because it has to be scaled down. It has to get to the people who seek these services from Kenyans.
It's very true.
Yeah.
It's very true.
So it's good that we have the deal, but let's escalate it and ensure that each and every single person who requires these services has a copy and is made aware of what this deal says.
I agree. Aleki has made a correction and he's right. Where apparently it was that former Governor Sonko and whatever did his thing was at Jacaranda.
Jacaranda, okay.
It was Jacaranda. Thank you, Aleki, for that. That correction is true. Families demand answers over death of friends, as they should. And just kill my people and I don't ask. 2 former PO agency officials sentenced over fake certificates. Hey, God. Isakale, I see you. HIV preventive drugs shortage puts infants at risk of infections. There's a problem with this drug story, especially with the ones that we heard of coming out as fake in the market. So that needs to be looked into. Linda Mwanainchi set to name Sifuna's running mate and a new party. That's how we have gone very fast like that?
Yeah.
Okay. How proposed reforms in funding of agriculture will affect farmers? That's one to look into. On the opinion pages, Faith Wekesa talks about goons, politicians' monster that will be hard to control in the future. I keep saying, if you're walking down the street and you find an animal that looks like a puppy, a nice puppy, it's not being fed, you bring it home. And you say, oh, look, what a cute puppy. Let's feed it. Let's give it milk. Let's give it a warm bed to sleep in.
Yes.
It's cute. It starts to shed. It's fluffy. You even sleep with it in the night. Oh, cute, nice. Feed it. Take it on walks with you. It becomes a part of you, right? Until one day, it's a hyena.
Yes.
Hey, you thought it was a puppy. Be careful. The strays you take off the road.
And it eats you while laughing.
Exactly. That's what we're talking about. Get yourself a copy of the Standard today. Get yourself a copy of the e-paper, www.standardmedia.co.ke.
The Daily Nation has the headline on Saba Saba, and police say roadblocks on highways leading into Nairobi city centre would protect public order. I didn't say any lack of order, so I don't know what exactly they were protecting, but anyway. Now, Ruto aids and 292 million shillings spying software row that won't go away. Also, there is spying software that is supposed to look into you, and it costs 292 million shillings. I don't know who participated in that, because Mimi, I did not. Because it is public money that is being used to purchase these things, right? So we should be included. So there is that as well. So Mary Wambui loses control of Glee Hotel over 8 billion shillings debt.
To who?
Tutaangalia iko page 12. Okay. Bado tuko kwa page 1. Page 1 ndio bado tuko. So economic pain. The Kenya Private Sector Alliance estimates a day of nationwide protest cost the retail, transport and banking sector about 3 billion shillings, with the government also projecting 6 billion shillings in lost revenue. If the government had left people to go to their places of work, if police provided security and there was normal business going on, private sector would not have lost 3 billion shillings and the government would not have lost 6 billion shillings. So in essence, what you're saying is 9 billion shillings was lost yesterday because the police woke up in the morning, blocked roads and told people, wewe naenda wapi? Tafadhali rudi mahali wewe umetoka.
Thank you, please.
So who exactly is to blame? The very same government. So business was paralyzed and traders incurred heavy losses as most businesses in Nairobi city centre were closed for fear of looting. And schools were equally closed. You see that child you're talking about?
Yeah.
This is what happened. He's among the thousands of learners who are losing valuable study time following precautionary closures by schools whenever there are protests, with yesterday's disruption also affecting some learning institutions in Nairobi that ask students to stay at home.
Yep.
Yeah. Hata mimi nione askari kwa barabara.
Ungestay at home pia.
Ati mtoto aende where?
True.
I will homeschool them for that day. Yeah, so page 2 has expounded on the Maandamano or Saba Saba protest as well. Now you go to page 4 and it is arrests, empty streets and closed shops define Saba Saba anniversary. So that is a pictorial of police chasing individuals as well, picking up people, arresting them. And at least here we see there are... So if you look at page 4, look at page 4. Mm-hmm. And in page 4 you can see we have a barrage of police officers. So some are uniformed, some are not.
Yeah.
Please tell me who's a police officer among those with masks and in civilian clothing. And did they identify themselves while picking up this man? So is this an arrest or an abduction?
You know those
Is
jokes
this police working with goons?
Yeah. How many blondes does it take to fix a light bulb? How many police does it take to arrest a goon?
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, so we have also just a pictorial of State House was not State House. Parliament was no-go zone.
Yeah.
Because of the barricade, that is the razor wire that was there. And you go to page... What? Go to page 6 as well, talks about Saba Saba Heroes Day. Today's protest mirror 1990 struggle. So 1990 struggle, 2026, pretty much the same thing. It is illegal. We will arrest you. We will beat you up. We will close down. So what happened in the 90s and what is happening in 2026 is pretty much the same thing.
Indeed.
We've not learned anything. Now, Justice Tunya leaves complex judiciary legacy. So, retired High Court Judge Justice Godfrey Omondi Tunya has died. Chief Justice Martha Koome announced Monday, bringing a close to a judicial career that spanned Kenya's transition from one-party rule to constitutional democracy. To the family and friends, tunasema poleni sana, and to the man who served us, we give him his flowers. We give him his flowers. So as well, Saba Saba Day has been expounded in page 6. So from page 1 to page 6 is all about Maandamano. When you get to page 11, hospitals reject steep cuts amid row over inherited NHIF claims. So some hospitals were offered barely 10% of verified claims after years of waiting. Do you remember NHIF?
Yes.
Ilienda home. India was sent parking.
Yeah.
Because now we had SHA. And hospitals were not paid. There was debt that was pending. Pending bills is a reality in hospitals. So despite verified claims, they've only been paid 10% of what they're owed.
Alar?
And they're saying, lazima iwak. Yes.
Okay.
And so that means if you go to hospital today, what will they tell you? We are unable to offer these services. Why? Because we've not been paid. Exactly. Yeah. So student unrest spreads as school fires rock Nyanza. Inaendelea.
Ala. Si tulirudi tu juzi jamani.
So that is St. Joseph's Seminary School in Molo, Nakuru County on June 3rd. Now, a wave of student unrest has swept through secondary schools in Nyanza, leaving dormitories destroyed, schools closed, and authorities investigating a string of fire incidents and violent protests. So the latest incident occurred Monday at Nyabiase High School in Bobasi County, where students staged a violent protest, pelting teachers with stones and setting a dormitory ablaze.
I'm not laughing. I'm just because I don't know what to say. 7,300 school heads went to Mombasa for a week while learners were on the midterm break.
Yeah.
What did they resolve?
Do they even know where the problem is at?
I'm just asking, surely, that you all went and stayed in this place, spent all the money that you did. That's not even the issue. But that you spent time, and that you should have come up with a solution. And then you come back from it.
And this is what we see. Now, on page 12, race against time on poll reform proposals. So among proposals being considered is giving IEBC prosecutorial powers in election offences case.
Really? Okay.
Yes. So the National Assembly's Justice and Legal Affairs Committee is racing against time as it considers various proposals made by the Independent Electoral Boundaries Commission ahead of the 2027 elections. I have a simple question, right?
There we go.
I have a simple question. We are not in an electioneering period. No one should be campaigning.
According to the IEBC.
According to the IEBC. What it is we are seeing right now is it campaigning? Is it not? Wajinga walisha Kenya. It's not me who said that. It is the president who said that, right? So with IEBC and the powers that they do have working hand in hand with the Attorney General, with the ODPP and the DCI investigating all that has been happening in the country, what has IEBC done to stop that?
But that's why I laugh. Because you yourself have declared a period is going to run from May 29th until August 7th.
Yeah.
You said that. You made it clear. So then maybe you also need to define the parameters around which we would then say this is an election period.
Yeah.
Or tell us what campaigning actually means. Because everything that I see, doesn't matter on which side it is, everybody and their uncle is campaigning at the moment.
Yes.
So if you're now looking to give IEBC prosecutorial powers or investigative powers in that case, how about they start with the one that's right here in front of their nose today?
Exactly. Exactly. So even if we're talking about prosecutorial powers, I'm like, these people have surrendered their power and perhaps they don't know what exactly they are dealing with. Giving them prosecutorial powers does not mean they will stop the bad habit, because as we speak, the law stops political parties from campaigning.
IEBC should just eat their omena for themselves and leave the rest of us alone.
Yes.
Because if you decide that you're going to stand on business and just leave that. Seriously.
Yeah.
Just stop this thing. Oh, we think that. Then, right in the middle of the storm, you don't even have as much as an umbrella.
Yeah.
No.
You can do better. IEBC, you can do better. And it is not a request, it is a demand, because you must. Twende the star.
Izakale is asking kama ulikuwa umefika page 3.
Izakale. Sijali. Mambo ni mengi, masali machache.
Former AG Muturi endorses Kalonzo to face Ruto in race for top job. Okay, Star, catch up. This was a couple of days ago. Yeah. But okay, senior opposition leaders quietly rallying behind former VP. What we see, I think I see what the Star is doing here in terms of bringing that reality to the fore. And then who says really that a headline has to be the news of the day? I get it. Yes. So I take that back. More trouble for drivers as new bill proposes annual emissions tests, and Kofi Annan Foundation warns Kenya faces 84% risk of pole violence. 84%. Remember that Kofi Annan was one of the gentlemen in 2007-2008 that was called in to broker a deal in Kenya at that time, and had a sit down with Raila Odinga and Mwai Kibaki. Kofi Annan, that man.
Yeah.
He did. And so now that foundation, which he set up, even after his death, may he continue to rest in peace, is one of the ones that says, come on, guys, from what we see, if you don't nip this thing in the bud, we are going to have a problem.
Yeah.
Gentle 1-ton tusk jumbo dies after 50 years in Amboseli, Savo. Yeah, he was quite a fantastic animal to see. And then, of course, there is the low-key Saba Saba across Kenya as police seal off the CBD, and that's just reported on the front page as well. Many stories in the Star this morning. Vote of confidence as foreign investments more than double. This Kenya's FDI rising and strong is what the Star reports this morning as well. Okay, some of the stories that we're looking at today. And that's what it looks like, guys. Very good morning to you.
This is the Situation Room, the only way to start your day.